it's Larry at RevUp Okanagan. Just want to do a quick overview of the latest vehicle that's going out at RevUp Okanagan. These beautiful little Honda Civics. Great little reliable cars. We found this one just south of Kelowna. It's in excellent condition. Only 163 kilometers on it. Engine is very strong. Transmission is excellent. It's actually a 5-speed manual. Our next recipient, we understand, is capable of driving a stick, so that makes us feel great. So we'll see more on the next video with the detailing inside, all that stuff, but just wanted to give a quick overview. As I said, very strong engines, the 1.7 liter D series in the 7th generation Civic, 5-speed manual. But at 163,000 kilometers, there's a few things that it needs to bring it right back to new type condition. And the first one and most important is the timing belt. So we're going to do the timing belt and water pump. I think this is a Gates kit. It's got a new tensioner. As I said, a new water pump. So we highly recommend, if you have one of these or of any vehicle that has a timing belt, make sure you do the service on time. On interference engines, which is what this one is, if the timing belt snaps, pistons will hit your valves and, well, you'll pretty much make a boat anchor out of your engine. So we want to get ahead of that, and it's pretty much due at 160,000 kilometers or 100,000 miles, so we're going to do that. Also, with this many kilometers, nothing wrong with refreshing the suspension. So we're going to do that with the front struts, the rear struts, the control arms, ball joints, sway bar links, and the tie rods. I think the inner ones will be fine, but we'll know once we get in there. Also going to put a whole new set of brakes around. There are discs in the front. This is pretty cool. We ended up getting drilled rotors. A little bit overkill for a Civic, but nice nonetheless. You have the wheel cylinders here for the rear drums. Those brakes should be in today. And then we'll button it up all back up. It's a valve cover gasket. We got to take that off to get at the timing belt. So we'll just do a little time lapse of the timing belt today. And then I believe we're going to head over to Stranny's and do the suspension work, because that's a heck of a lot easier when it's up on the lift. So the disassembly to get at the timing belt is coming along quite nicely. A lot of stuff to do. You've got to remove the power steering pump, the alternator, which go in there. All of these harnesses and cables got to pop off, and then get the valve cover off. Look at that though, remarkably clean engine. Kudos to the previous owners, keeping up with their oil changes. Engine's absolutely spotless. And now the good news is, well, I say good news, I mean the fortunate news, we made the right decision, because that is definitely the original Honda timing belt. And it's looking a little worn out. So good move to get this thing done, to make sure that keeps going for another 100,000 miles, 160,000 kilometers, no problem. So now we just got to set this to top dead center, and we'll continue on. Okay, here we are. The new timing belt and water pump and tensioner pulley are all installed. And the moment of truth will be when we fire this thing up. And hopefully it's in time. And it'll be good for another 160,000 K.
Okay, let's just change the air filter. These are just 8mm. Looks like there's 7 of them. Pretty easy. Let's pop the cover off. And the whole thing comes out. Pretty dirty. So this will be good to put a new one in. Okay, in the Honda Civic, I'm going to change the cabin air filter. This is one of the things that gets neglected the most. Very easy in the Honda Civic. These little tabs here just pop out on the side like that. And pull those out. And look at that, we have some stuff in there. And the filter's just up in here, a little tab. Pop this cover off and then pull out. There's 2 filters actually, you just have to pull them out. And yeah, that one's pretty disgusting. So we'll put the new ones back in. Very simple. Another one comes out. And that one's disgusting too. And so the only thing you have to take notice of, the airflow goes down. So just make sure when you put the filter back in that you see the airflow going down. Easy peasy. Pop them back in, button it up, and your HVAC will run a lot smoother, quieter, and you'll get a lot more flow. Easy peasy on a Honda Civic. Okay, we are back. It's the winter episode of RevUp Okanagan. Strandy's place. Always looks great out here no matter what the weather. And there's the man there. And today we got a lot of work to do. We're a little bit backwards on this one because yesterday I did the timing belt. We wanted to make sure that was done properly before we drove it too much. But today we're gonna do a full suspension detail on this beautiful little 7th generation Honda Civic. We understand that the lady that is going to receive this commutes quite a bit, and so just needs a nice, safe, reliable, fuel-efficient commuter vehicle. And we can't think of anything better than the old Honda Civic. So we're gonna do the suspension today. Should ride like new. There's a small little clunk in the front left, which we believe is the control arm, so we're gonna fix that. We said, what the heck, let's get all the brakes and rear struts, front struts, and then we're gonna detail it on the weekend and have this ready to go. Also needs a new windshield. But our friends over at Leading Edge Glass here in Kelowna are gonna take care of that for us. So what do you think, Stranny?
It's missing the wing on the back.
We took the wing off because the paint was terrible.
Oh, okay.
I have the wing, but the other thing that's interesting, they've got tint on these windows, so it's actually easier to see out the back without the wing. So instead of finishing the wing and all that, I said all the clear coat was peeling on the wing, so we just took it off. We're gonna tidy that up though and seal it up.
Looks clean.
We'll be good to go.
Yep.
Only 163,000 kilometers.
Just broken in.
Just broken in. Let's get at it. Well, Strandy, not a bad day, but we didn't finish what we tried to finish. This one control arm has given us fits. This little bolt in there decided to spin on the, what do you call it, the bushing, the steel and rubber bushing. It's seized on it, so we can't get that off to change the control arm. So we're gonna have to work on that some more. But the new struts are in, new brakes. You saw a picture of the brakes earlier. They weren't very good. Anyhow, we'll be back at it and get that fixed up. Well, here are the rear drums. I think they're the originals. Look at that brake dust. Anyway, we're gonna clean this all up, put in some new shoes, and have this car back to 100% braking.
Definitely.
Okay, this is exciting, Stranny. We got our mistake fixed. Remember our mistake? Well, here was our mistake, folks. It was this control arm right here.
Somebody else's mistake.
Somebody else's. But anyhow, what happened was this one bolt, if I can get at it, it's tricky. This one right here.
Would not come out.
Wouldn't come out. And then when we finally did break it free, we found out the bolt was seized onto the bushing inside the control arm. So I want to give a shout out to Dan, who cut it out for us, got it buttoned up perfectly. So we have all new suspension, control arms, brakes,
Struts.
yeah, the struts, the brakes, and this is our little walkthrough. Usually we do it at the beginning, but we knew it was in really nice shape, other than the suspension work and the brakes. But you can see this is just in really nice shape underneath. Just your basic surface rust that you see. But otherwise, it's like a new car now. Handles beautifully. and we'll be ready to go. We just have to get the windshield done from our friends at Leading Glass Auto. They're gonna do that tomorrow. Our friends at BCAA will do the inspection for us the next day. We'll give this a nice polish and wax. It's a little dirty right now, look at it. Ugh. Anyhow, it'll be ready to go out next week, and we're excited. Thanks, Tranny.
You're welcome.
Detail day on the Civic. So Ange and I are gonna give this a good interior detail. The great news is that the previous owner took really nice care of this, so it's not even that bad. But we will do what we usually do, and that's pull out the seats. You can see the carpet's in really nice shape. But we'll give it a good deep cleaning, clean all the rails, see if there's anything underneath hidden. Add to the money jar, but I don't think so, because this, as I say, is in really nice shape inside. Already removed the rear interior stuff. We'll clean all that up and steam it, and then put it all back together. So this one's going to be an easy detail. We like that. Okay, here we are working on the Civic, and Angela's just come up with a brilliant hack for all of you out there who do not have one of those little, what do you even call those?
Sweater shavers.
Sweater shavers. You know, you buzz them and take off all the balls. Well, what are you using there? That looks like a Gillette.
Laser. I don't know. I stole
Gillette?
it from my dad. He doesn't know about it.
That.
Look at how good that works.
Steal a razor,
Nice
and
tip.
look at that. Look at the look at this.
It's like new.
That is spectacular. These seats are in excellent condition to begin with, except for the little fuzzies, but
Yeah,
Angela's
get rid of
taking care of that.
Very
Good
nice.
show.
Look at that.
Sweet.
Perfect.
There's Ange cleaning down the interior. We've steamed the whole thing, and now she's putting the nice dressing on it. Makes it all nice and shiny and protects the vinyl. This was remarkably easy to do. I don't know if it's just an easy car or we're just getting better at this.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, anyhow.
I can do these mirrors.
This is
It was so
in
clean to begin with.
phenomenal shape. What a beautiful little car.
It's good, eh?
We'll come back when we put the seats back in it. So thanks to our friends out here on Stremmel Road, Leading Edge Glass, taking care of our glass needs. They just put in a new windshield on the Civic today. It looks fantastic. Look at that shiny new windshield.